spectator, activator, palladius, back the pavement, stacks of paper, aggravated, assault, hold up at the strangers, the strangler, Lone Ranger, devil, devastator, educated rebel.
Doom in the house. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, there's not much, hanging out here, drinking myself a martini on a nice Wednesday night, yes. Having a nice little cocktail because don't have work tomorrow because it is, of course, Thanksgiving in the United States of America, so I have off of work. Thank you for whoever invented holidays and gave us off of work because I have the additional day after that, Friday off too. So that means I can enjoy myself and indulge to the fullest extent for the next few days, and I'm going to treat it like a little reward. And I will be heading out tonight, but before that I wanted to bring you guys my next vlog, which is here, which is now, which is going to mention the severe lack of GSL in my life. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I have not had a good opportunity to watch GSL in a long time. I've been spoiled. I've been so spoiled, you know. It's funny, I built SE2 links so that I can avoid spoilers, essentially. And I get so spoiled by going to the websites, the other websites that I love, Starcraft Reddit, Team Liquid, Twitter. Don't use Twitter if you don't want to get spoiled, because you will certainly get spoiled if you're on Twitter. But yeah, I know exactly who's made it to what point now, but it's just a matter of recapping and watching all the games, because of course I want to play more StarCraft. Haven't played StarCraft in weeks because of the power outage and then ladder anxiety and then just the severe lack of time. And I keep using the word severe because it's a severe problem. It's serious. This is super serious. I need more StarCraft, and hopefully this 4-day weekend will allow me to not only recharge my batteries, but get some micro and macro back in my life. So there's also DreamHack and IEM this weekend, which is a nice little double dose of tournaments. I'll certainly be having both up because, I mean, it's unfortunate that they're overlapping at the same time, but I think it should be good to see both productions side by side and get a nice feel for what's going on in the European, well, partly European. I know ESL does a lot of European events, but they'll be based out of Singapore this weekend doing an event. So a little bit of Southeast Asian action coming from you. And then also it's going to be, I believe, from Sweden. They'll be having a DreamHack. So maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. Don't quote me. But regardless, I'm looking forward to getting more StarCraft into my life, injecting it this weekend. Maybe I'll get some Heart of the Swarm in. Who knows? I just want to play video games, and you know, not having to go to work, not having to then come home from work after staring at a computer screen for 8 hours. It's something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. But we'll have a little life talk session here, and we'll talk something a little bit about meeting our goals and then falling into traps. So I've been thinking about life a lot recently, and I'm a productive guy. I like to stay very active, not only just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint. I like to test myself. And if you're not constantly challenging yourself, and if you're not failing at some things, then you're really not working on hard enough tasks, hard enough processes. The motto I like to go by is to think big, start small, fail quickly, and then scale fast. It's called the steps to succeed at disruptive innovation. And I didn't make it up. I found it on the internet, probably on Reddit. But that's the beautiful thing about the internet, is that it sets you up to succeed. It's important to go into every day with a clear objective. And you can find yourself on the internet with an objective, and then 5 minutes later you can find yourself in a completely different place from where you initially perceived yourself to be. So this isn't necessarily a bad thing. This is just another step on our journey. This is something that's taken us on a separate, we'll call it a bike path. We'll look at it as in the tree formation. Perhaps, okay, we'll look at the tree formation. It's taking you to a different branch. So your first branch was essentially just to go in a straight line, but you've deviated from it, and now you find yourself on your 7th random YouTube click, and you've killed about 35 minutes of time. Great, you've killed 35 minutes of time, but you know, where did all that time go to? It went to random things that we'll call our traps. So it's important to have a clear objective. But no matter the importance, you still need that objective to be very defined. So it could be something as simple as when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm going to make myself breakfast. Doesn't matter what you're going to make yourself for breakfast. It's that when you wake up, you're not going to be rushing out the door to go to work and show up late. You know, that's not what your objective is. Your objective is to wake up at a reasonable time, to take your shower, do whatever you have to do, but of course, make yourself breakfast before you jump out the door. It's hitting those goals, meeting those goals that satisfies this little, you know, synapses in our brain, these little electrons firing off and, you know, colliding into one another. So it's incredibly important to think of your life almost like your Starcraft build, right? Right? Come on. All right, stay with me here. So you have to learn to adjust and work from what you see in Starcraft game. Just like in life, you have to work and try to adjust from whatever life throws at you. I mean, sometimes it can seem like everything's going your way, and then all of a sudden you hit a roadblock. You're stuck in traffic for 4 hours. You're stuck in traffic for 4 months. Your brain is in a different wavelength than the one that you wanted to be on. Now, it's important to identify when these situations occur. So it's important to say, my mind is wandering right now, but my mind is wandering because I'm not focused on the objectives that I am trying to achieve. I'm not thinking about the goals that I have in mind for myself. I'm thinking about short-term gratification. I'm thinking about whatever's been plopped in front of me at this point in time. There's a lot of traps that we can fall into, and it's just, you know, it's just the way of life. It's just this crazy mixed up chaos that we find ourselves. You know, I'm not going to say we're trapped in it, but we're here for the time being, and it's important to understand your surroundings. It's important to know where you want to go in life. I mean, when you're just kind of taking the day by day, that's okay. And if that's what you want to do, by all means, do it. But you can honestly, truly make your dreams come true. It's certainly possible. A year ago, I thought, I have this idea for a website. Maybe it would be cool to create it and have it out there. But I didn't know the first thing about creating a website. I didn't know the first thing about trying to organize, you know, a complete library on the internet for people to access. I had a basic idea of what I wanted to do, but it wasn't really until I started setting clear goals and objectives for myself that I actually started making my thoughts become a reality. And perhaps this is a sign that I'm rambling because I just got new appliances in my kitchen, and that's my oven going off telling me that my timer's up and done. So I'm not making anything fancy tonight, just some mac and cheese from Trader Joe's. It's delicious. It's so good. But I just want to leave you guys with the thought, you know, just be like an amoeba. Be like amorphous. Like Bruce Lee says, be like water. So I just want you to try to apply that to your life and just see what it's like for a day. Just set a goal, but when you try to achieve those goals, take note of what actually occurs that tries to bring you away from achieving that. And when you achieve it, in light of all these distractions, you're going to feel pretty good about yourself. So when you push past your fears, you grow as a person, you grow as a human, you grow as an individual, and that's really what, you know, I think is an important thing to do in life, is to establish your identity and make your mark on the world. So with that, I'm going to go get my mac and cheese out of the oven, take another couple sips out of this martini, and I'm going to head out in town and have myself a good time. And I hope you all have a good Thanksgiving with your families. If you're outside the United States, I hope you still have a nice Thursday and Friday. There's Saturday and Sunday following, friends, so it's going to be good. It's going to be okay. You will survive. And I hope you all enjoy DreamHack and IEM Singapore this weekend. I think there's some 6-pool gaming team league events. I believe it's Henri versus Complexity, or Henri versus... Yeah, I believe it's Henri versus Complexity and Light versus... Gosh, there's a shark in the logo. Go to the Team Liquid thread and check it out. There's going to be some awesome action on twitch.tv/BaseTradeTV, and you can catch it all if you follow us actually at MapControlCo on Twitter. There'll be a little tweets going out about it. And you can always follow me at DoomSE2. Of course, I'll be posting this on SE2 links and whatnot. But I guess I should really go tend on that mac and cheese before it starts burning. So with that, I'll lead you with the sounds of E-Don and a little bit of rock and roll.
With the heavy metal flavor, levels is elevated to decibels of danger. Folks from the generator blow the detonator, decimate the place and left the radius a crater. I cater to the greater entertainer and blaze